S tier, we're going to try to limit those to 6 Pokemon of the S tier, 6 being the maximum, because one, the more Pokemon you have in S tier, the more diluted I feel like S tier gets, and 2, you can only carry 6 Pokemon with you at a time. So, going from top to bottom, left to right, the top left of S tier is going to be the absolute best Kanto Pokemon in my opinion. Of course, it's going to be Charizard. Go ahead and put him there to start with. And then down here at the bottom, all the way to the far right of F tier is going to be the worst design Pokemon in the Kanto region. So obviously Charizard. Anytime there's a list on my channel, just go ahead and assume Charizard is going to be at the top. With Bulbasaur, I don't really love Bulbasaur, but I also don't care either way about it. I do love Ivysaur better than Bulbasaur, so we're going to put him in B tier. And Venusaur, don't really love Venusaur either. It's got a lot of nostalgia, but as far as its actual design, it's just a frog with a tree on its back. In the first Pokemon, the first movie, Venusaur walked like a beast, like when it moved all 4 of its legs independently. That version of Venusaur, I do love a whole lot better than, say, what they did in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. And I believe the data for Sun and Moon, where Venusaur hopped like a frog. Venusaur already isn't a cool Pokemon, and making it hop like a frog just made it worse, in my opinion. Charmeleon, I don't necessarily like all that much either. Obviously, Charizard is going to be in top. Squirtle is probably, you know what? No, Squirtle, I'm going to put him in B tier. Wartortle is going to go in the A tier. I wish they had kept the original. Those of you who haven't seen the beta sprite for Squirtle, for Wartortle's evolution, when he and Blastoise were 2 separate evolutionary lines, I'm going to put it up on the screen if I can find it. But I love the original evolution line for Wartortle. Blastoise, again, I don't love it. Caterpie, I kind of like Caterpie. It's simple and it's nice. I put that in A tier. Metapod, I don't necessarily care for one way or the other. You know what? I put him in C tier for that reason. Butterfree, I've always loved Butterfree. I don't know why. Anytime I have a Butterfree on my team, I nickname him Widowmaker for whatever reason, just my own stupid thinking. Weedle, I dislike. Kakuna, I dislike. Beedrill, as I said a couple weeks ago, my friend Dylan loves Beedrill, but I don't care for it one way or the other. If it were real, I'd be terrified of it. That's a totally different story. Pidgey, I don't feel strongly one way or another about Pidgey. Pidgeotto, that being said, I dislike Pidgeotto's middle stage. I feel like it's redundant, especially when you get to Pidgeot, which is obviously the better of the 3. Rattata and Raticate, I do hate both of them. Also Spearow and Fearow, I hate all 4 of them. Ekans, I think, is alright. Put him in C tier. Arbok, I think, is pretty cool. We're going to put him in the high end of C tier. Pikachu, we're going to put Pikachu in the high end of A tier. Obviously, Pikachu is iconic, being the mascot of Pokemon and being one of the most iconic characters in the world outside of like Mickey Mouse and Hello Kitty, but doesn't do it for me. I prefer Raichu over Pikachu all day long, and Alolan Raichu over Cantonian Raichu all day long. Sandshrew is a really cool Pokemon, but I do like Sandslash better, so we're going to put Sandslash all the way up here above Ivysaur. Nidoran, female, don't care for. Nidoran, male, I don't care for. Nidorina, we'll put Nidorina in the Kintsugamori style for Nidorina. I'll put that on screen too. It makes Nidorina like a really, really great design. You know what? Because of that, I'm going to move him all the way up. All the way up. Nidoqueen, I could care less about, but I do like the kaiju look of both her and Nidoking. So we're going to put Nidoking all the way up here in A tier. Nidorino, we'll put him in the low end of A tier. Also, Clefairy. Now look, I understand that Pokemon is for kids. I understand that Pokemon is for boys and girls. But this is a list about my personal preference. And I don't care one way or another about Clefairy, but I heavily dislike Clefable. I feel like Clefable is redundant, especially when Clefairy already has that cuteness factor to it. So I like Clefairy for what it is. Clefable, I feel like, as far as design-wise, is useless because it literally doesn't add anything to Clefairy at all. It's just bigger. Vulpix, if you have seen the anime, Brock's Vulpix, Vulpix is one of the most adorable Pokemon, and I like it. We're going to put that in. You know what? No, we're going to put that in B tier. Ninetales, I do like Alola Ninetales better, so we're going to put Ninetales down here in. I don't really feel one way or the other about Ninetales. Jigglypuff, it is what it is. I don't care about Jigglypuff. Wigglytuff, again, you know what? I'm going to put these two down here. Zubat, I kind of like Zubat's design. I much rather like Crobat's design. But Zubat's alright. Golbat, I don't necessarily like, so I'm going to put that up the higher end of D tier. Oddish, I dislike heavily. Gloom, I hate the way Gloom looks. Vileplume, I dislike. Paras and Parasect, I hate both of them. Come at me, I don't care. Venonat, I hate. Venomoth, I hate. If you haven't noticed yet, I don't like bug Pokemon. There are a few bug Pokemon that are cool, but most of them I don't like. Diglett, I don't feel one way or the other about. Dugtrio, Dugtrio was very useful in the original Red, Blue, and Yellow games, but outside of those games, I've never really used Dugtrio. Meowth, I couldn't really care either way about. Persian, I couldn't really care either way about. A lot of, so I was around for Generation 1. Like, my first game was Pokemon Blue. But that being said, I don't like a lot of Kanto's designs. Pokemon has gotten much better since Generation 1. And seeing, more modern Pokemon makes a lot of these older Pokemon look very basic, in my opinion. So, again, this is my opinion. Feel free to agree or disagree. Golduck, I like Golduck, though. Mankey, I like Mankey. Primate, I like Primate. Growlithe and Arcanine, you cannot go wrong with Growlithe and Arcanine. I'm going to put them all the way up the top. Although I do heavily dislike Hisuian Growlithe and Hisuian Arcanine. Poliwag, fun fact, did you know that Poliwag's Black Spiral is poop? Fun fact. Because of that, I'm going to put him down there. Poliwhirl is alright. No, you know what? Poliwag, I'm going to put him lower end of B tier. Poliwrath is a really cool design. Put him on. There we go. Butterfree, Pidgeot, Nidoking, Nidorino, move. Golduck, move. I'm going to put Poliwrath right there next to his fighting buddy. Abra, don't care either way about it. Kadabra is a good design. Alakazam is one of the best Kanto designs. Put that in A tier. Machop, Machoke is a pretty cool design. Machamp is a really good design. Put him in. Generation 1 did fighting types really well, in my opinion. Bug and Grass, not so much though. I don't hate Tentacool and Tentacruel. I just don't care about them. Oh no, hang on. You're supposed to be here. Geodude, Punchy Rock, don't care about Punchy Rock. Punchy Ball, don't care about Punchy Ball. Magma Ball, Ponyta and Rapidash are both really good designs. But Rapidash. If I could change one thing about Rapidash, I wish its shiny flames were blue like Ponyta's. But no, you know what? I'm gonna put him behind. There we go. I may move Arcanine up to A tier. I don't know. Slowpoke, I don't care for. I don't hate, but I don't care for. And there. Slowbro has got a weird charm to it. I'm gonna put him in B tier. Magnemite is pretty cool. Magneton is actually really cool. Put him there. Farfetch'd, I love Galarian Farfetch'd I don't hate him. I love Galarian Farfetch'd much more than I like regular Farfetch'd. Doduo, I don't care about. Dodrio, I have grown to really appreciate over the years. Seal and Dugong are kind of just there. Grimer and Muck, I don't hate them. I just dislike them. I'm going to put them here. Shelter and Cloister, I really like them. Cloister, I'm going to put him in A tier because he's a really cool design. Ghastly and Haunter are both really good designs. Top of right there. Now, in previous videos, I've given G-Max and Mega Gengar a lot of praise, but honestly, I like Haunter better than Gengar. I feel like Haunter, they could have made, instead of Gengar being what it is, they could have made Haunter like bigger and scarier looking, and that would have been better. I don't really love Gengar's design. I just love what they did with the Mega and G-Max forms for Gengar. Onyx is pretty iconic. I think that puts him in a solid B spot. Drowsy I heavily dislike. Hypno I heavily dislike. Krabby I don't care so much about, but Kingler I have grown to appreciate as I've gotten older. Voltorb I don't care one way or the other. Electrode I don't care. Execute I kind of dislike, don't hate. Executor is a tough one. I like a Alolan Executor. Cubone, guys would crucify me if I put Cubone anything below B tier, I think. Marowak, again, is a really cool design, but I like its Alolan variant better. That's what I mean when I say that, like the modern Game Freak is designed much better Pokemon than back in the old days. Hitmonlee is going to go there. Hitmonchan. Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan I have flip-flopped many times over the years, been liking one over the other. Lickitung I'm going to put in, I have to put in B, because my very first Pokedex I ever completed was Pokemon Blue, and Lickitung was the final Pokemon in my first ever completed Pokedex. So Lickitung has to have a special spot. Coughing, I like Coughing more than I do Muck and Wheezing more than I do Muck and Grimer. Rhyhorn is pretty cool. Lickitung is kind of honorary B tier. Rhydon is a really cool design. I'll put him right there. Chansey, I don't give a crap about. Tangela, I don't hate, but I don't like it. Kangaskhan. Now, I ragged on Mega Kangaskhan, but Kangaskhan looks really cool. Horsey is cute and does what it needs to do. Seadra is one of... I don't know if I should put Seadra, and I don't want to put Seadra in S tier, because Kingdra is a much better design than Seadra. Goldeen is a pretty neat design, but Seeking, I have never liked Seeking. Starmie is one of the best designs. Staryu is one of the... I always get this backwards. Staryu is one of the best designs. Starmie is one of the best designs. Again, come at me. Mr. Mime, I absolutely hate Mr. Mime. Scyther is the bug-type Pokemon from the Kanto region. Jinx, straight trash. Electabuzz is really cool. I don't know if it's S tier, though. Electabuzz is really cool. Magmar, if it didn't have the butt head, it would be much higher, but I'm going to put him low B tier. Pinsir, I genuinely dislike Pinsir a lot. Put him in the low end of B tier. Tauros was one of my favorite Pokemon as a kid, and the older I get, the less I like it for some reason, so we're going to put him... I feel like I should like Tauros way more than I do. Magikarp is a brilliant Pokemon. I don't care. He's better than Onix. I don't care. Gyarados is the dragon Pokemon for the Kanto region. Piss off with your Dragonite. Lapras is fantastic design for what it's supposed to be. Ditto is... I feel like Ditto, you're supposed to not care about Ditto's look. Like, you're not supposed to like Ditto's appearance because it's supposed to transform as soon as the battle starts anyway. Eevee is iconic, one of the best Kanto designs out there. Oh shoot, I've got my 6 S tiers. I'm gonna take something down because Mewtwo's got to go to that top spot. Eevee, we're gonna put Eevee all the way here in A tier. Oh, that's gonna be tough. Cloister's gonna have to come down. Oh. Vaporeon is another fantastic design. Jolteon is one of my favorite evolutions. What's his name? Umbreon is the best evolution in my opinion. Flareon, don't care one way or the other about Flareon, not really. Porygon, for it being the first like digital Pokemon, is a really cool design. Put him in as B tier because I like Porygon 2 better, and I still want Porygon 3. Yeah, put it right there. Ammonite, C tier. Don't kill me. Amistar. I hate Amistar, considering that I hate the mouth thing that Amistar does. Kabuto, I think, is really cool. Put him there and put Ditto there. Because Ditto is like the C tier is supposed to be Pokemon that you don't feel either way about. Ditto is like the most neutral Pokemon. So Ditto gets that top neutral spot. Kabutops is a really cool design. Put him in top of A tier. Aerodactyls are another really cool design. But Generation 1 got a lot of really good designs, but it's also got a lot of shit designs. Snorlax, I mean, it is what, like, Snorlax does what it's supposed to do, but it's never been one of my favorite Pokemon. Articuno is a fantastic looking Pokemon, A tier. Zapdos is one of my personal, Zapdos is probably my personal favorite legendary Pokemon, period. Definitely A tier. Was it 1, 2, 3? Oh shoot! Oh, got to bring down Raichu. Make room for, spoiler alert, Mewtwo. You know what? Let's go ahead and put Mewtwo there. Moltres, put him next to Articuno because he's another great Pokemon design. But Dratini and Dragonair both, I feel like, should be an A tier. Dragonite, couldn't care less about. I don't dislike Dragonite, I just don't care about Dragonite. Mew, we're going to put him in top of A tier. So, let's see. I'm going to move some stuff around here. Mewtwo. There we go. Let's see. Mew, Eevee, Raichu. Those all feel like better than Growlithe. Now I'm just reorganizing these in the order in which I think they go in their respective tiers. Because I kind of didn't do much of that before. Put that there. Let me see. Beast. The rest of these I could care less about. So this is it. This is my S tier: Charizard, Zapdos, Mewtwo, Gyarados, Scyther, and Alakazam. My A tier, starting with Mew all the way down to Dragonair. B tier, Dodrio, all the way through to Magmar. C tier, again, Pokemon I don't necessarily care either way about. D tier, Pokemon I actively dislike their designs. And F tier are Pokemon that I actively hate their designs. If you want to make your own tier list, I'm going to put the link to this down in the description below. And hey everyone, if you made it this far in the video, I don't know why, but thank you. I really appreciate it. Since recording that video at the old house, we've since moved to the new house. This is my new office. If you guys want to see the office, I'll be more than happy to show you in an upcoming video, I guess, or pictures or something, I don't know. But we also have reached 2,000 subscribers. So we're going to be doing another major giveaway next week, so stay tuned for that.